We're
Hi.
live.
We're alive. We say that every time.
Yay.
We're live.
We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Emotional Eating Decoded group. Today's live weekly training is super special for a lot of reasons. First of all, at some point tonight, we're going to be having a guest speaker come on, so we'll kind of keep it a surprise. So once she joins, we'll be chit-chatting with her a little bit, and she's one of our very own members who joined our Emotional Eating Decoded group. We'll have to ask her when, but probably it's been within the last year. So we're really excited to have her on tonight. And then we are going to be talking about the 5 early warning signs that you, oh, sorry, my things. Let me close this up. Did this again last time. It was going live and was delayed. But anyway, we're going to be talking about the 5 early warning signs that you will emotional binge or overeat at night. So if you're doing these 5 things, it's very predictable that you are going to be binge eating, overeating, or emotional eating. It is just predictable. So we want to make sure that you're not doing any of those early warning signs. That way you can feel more empowered. And I know for Hannah and I, nighttime eating used to be a really big problem for me. It didn't seem to matter what I did during the day, how many snacks I had on my way home from work, what I'd eaten. I always felt like I had to go crazy and snack at night, especially after a rough day. Anyone else feel me on that one? If you're watching us live, feel free to comment. First of all, say hi. Where are you from? And we'd love to just say hi to you. And do you relate with this? Do you snack at night? What do you think has you do this? Is this you? Do you connect with this? And this has been coming up a lot in our daily conversations with our members. We talk with members on the phone and Messenger almost every day. And nighttime eating is a big problem for a lot of people. So we want to help you address this ASAP so you can start having a better relationship with food and feel more confident and in control at night. So if you are tired of nighttime eating and you feel like it's getting in the way of reaching your goals and having a better relationship with food, that's what we're going to dive into. You're going to learn what is stopping you from feeling in control at night, why it's hard to control your nighttime eating or binge eating at night or the weekends, and then what you can do to start feeling more at peace around food. So we don't want fear to stop you from living life to the fullest, and it's time to get a handle on this nighttime eating once and for all. So again, comment below woohoo or yeah, that's me if you're excited to learn tonight about what we have for you. And again, we're not going to announce it tonight, but we are really excited because we do have something at the end that we want to share with you to stay tuned for. So make sure you stay till the end.
Yeah, so exciting. And also, think about this, how many of us do really good all day long, eat really healthy, and you're on track and you're doing everything, and then at nighttime, it just goes out the window. There is definitely some really good causes to this, and me and Sierra are going to talk about it tonight to really break that down, like Sierra said. And should we just dive in?
Yeah, well, also Lizzie's here. Do we want to bring Lizzie up?
Perfect.
Okay, it's perfect timing. So
perfect timing.
Oh, I just announced our guest speaker, Lizzie. So Lizzie Barrett, I think I'm saying her name right. I'm gonna let her in right now. Awesome. She's coming. Hey.
Hi.
I was connecting to audio.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Welcome. We're so excited to have you here.
Thanks.
Yay. All right. Well, Lizzie, so we want to introduce Lizzie to you guys. And Lizzie, how long have you been a part of the Emotional Eating Decoded group?
I think 3 or 4 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So Lizzie's been in the group for about 3 to 4 months. And then Hannah, do you want to jump in and ask Lizzie some questions?
Yeah. So just a little bit about Lizzie. She is in our Empowered Eating Inner Circle. And we asked her to join us tonight so she can share her experience, because I'm sure a ton of people can relate to her story and relate to what she's gone through. And she's had such a wonderful transformation. We wanted to share it with y'all. So Lizzie, so good to have you. Thanks so much for hopping on with us.
Yeah,
So
no problem.
before you started the Empowered Eating Inner Circle, what was your main struggle?
Yeah. So this one's a little complicated because I feel like there's two sides to that. There's what I thought was my main struggle, and then what really was my main struggle. So what I thought was my main struggle was definitely food. You know, I was binge eating, addicted to fast food. I had all these health issues that were wrapped around food. I felt like a failure and a disappointment because I just couldn't even take care of my own basic needs of just eating. Um, yeah, and I like I said, that's like the top layer. That's what I thought was the problem. And then when I joined the group, I realized through the program that those were what I was programmed to believe were the problems. And I blame myself, I blame the weight, I blame the food, and so many other things. The thing that really led me to making the decision of entering this group was the fact that I was spending $400 or $500 a week on food between fast food and wasting groceries. And I was losing my mind because I wasn't able to pay bills. And I was like, how is food, like, I know it's a nutritional resource, I need this, but how is it stopping me from being able to pay my bills and function, you know? So that was like the big emergency reach out for help, got on Facebook, found you guys, and really got that help that I needed. And then going through the course, I was able to realize that the biggest struggle I was actually have wasn't necessarily just the food, but it was the lack of what I needed on the inside emotionally, you know, and I was using the food to avoid all of that, to hide from all of that, all of the pain and the trauma and everything I had been through in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. So huge. And I know you kind of alluded to it, but what was, thinking back, what was your first like immediate result or win just from starting the course just a few months ago?
Yeah, just a few months ago. It was literally like, I remember it because I was so vocal about it in the group and to you guys. I was reaching out to everybody because it was huge. So, like I said, when I went into the group, I had this mindset of like money was the priority. Like, I needed to get my money under control. So, I think that when you enter the program, whatever your intention is going to be like the first results that you start seeing. So for me, the first result I started seeing was the fact that I was able to take a $500 food bill down to $200 within 3 weeks. And it wasn't a control thing. You know, I wasn't like controlling my food and controlling what I was spending. I actually completely released for 3 weeks, spent as much money as I needed to, and ate whatever I needed to. And then after 3 weeks, on the third week, I was like, whoa, I only spent $9 this week on fast food. Like, that's huge. And I didn't like, it was just because it was my Sunday and I was doing my accounting. Like, I wasn't tracking it. It was like I went back and looked and was like, oh, it's only $9. Like, that's crazy. And like that was my, like, financially the biggest thing that happened first. And then there was another thing that happened like right in the same, oh, it was the mental health. So I also suffer from depression and bipolar anxiety and a lot of mental health stuff. So growing up, I didn't have parents, ended up in foster care, 14 years old, emancipated, living on my own. And just all the trauma I had been through had set me up to create this like chaos of mental health needs inside my head. And I had been in therapy for over 10 years and all different kinds of stuff. And just being in this program for 3 weeks, having the support, having the education, having these coaches, not just helped me on a food level, a financial level, but it also helped me on a mental health level, which I was not expecting. That piece changed my life. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that just gives me chills.
I know. I have goosebumps thinking about it.
You know, like that's huge.
Yeah,
it
Oh
is.
my gosh, thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like so you know, you've had these amazing transformations and you've like your life is changing. How's it going through the process helped you feel more empowered with your relationship with food? And actually, how has the process been for you?
Yeah, so I'm going to address those two different questions. So as far as going through the process, so I'm going to suggest that anybody who decides to go through the process, definitely open your heart and reach out for support, whether it's messaging in the group, reaching out to the coaches, reaching out to somebody that you connect or align with in the group, and just like even try to set reminders on a weekly basis to reach out to these people, because I think that a lot of us who come into this group, we have repressed what we've been through and what we're suffering from, and we feel like we can just do it all on our own because we've had to for such a long time. So going through the process, it's definitely difficult because we're having to face things that we don't want to face. Like I said, like I had to face my traumas and my past, and there was forgiveness and like all these beautiful things that happened. But going through that alone it's a mental health nightmare. Like they have created this amazing group full of supportive people that are on the same path that you are in all different levels. You know, some people that started yesterday and some people who have been here for months, and having that dynamic of support. You know, you can go to somebody and cry with them because they're going through the same thing, and the next day and go sit with somebody who's 3 months ahead and get that encouragement to like lift you back up and, you know, get your day started because it was just hard, you know. And like there's some people, like I don't have kids, but there's some people who do have kids and they just lose their mind because they can't take it anymore, and they just need to vent and get that off their chest. And it's really nice to, you know, be able to support people like that and have the support when you need it, going through the group. So that's definitely huge. And going through it, just commit. Definitely commit, because like if you just try anything and just practice, like it just gets easier, you know. So going through the process is really rewarding. But as far as like my relationship with food though, it has definitely changed. The hugest change that I have seen is with judgment. So I've always felt very judged when I eat in public. So I oftentimes hid in my car and I would shovel back food, like just shovel it. I would hide in my room, I would hide in my closet, I would hide wherever somebody just wasn't. And I was really embarrassed about like how much food I was eating or how I ate it. Nowadays, like there's this place called Skinny Fats here in Vegas. I don't know if you guys have it out wherever you guys are, but Skinny Fats is a place that's like very natural based. You know, there's a lot of lettuce and meats and proteins, and it's kind of cool. But I did a delivery for them a couple weeks ago, and they have this amazing area outside that has a patio, and there's like instead of chairs, they have swings. You sit on a swing and eat at a table and have this incredible food and experiences. And before this program, I would have never gone there. One, because it's called Skinny Fats, and I felt like that was offensive because I'm not skinny, so I'm not gonna go eat there. Two, because of all the healthy options and no burgers and fries, it was like, I'm not going to enjoy any of this. And I had fear of eating healthy food because that's a waste of money because you don't like the food. So the biggest impact that my relationship with food has made was the fact that I do go to places like that now. And I sit down and there's no judgment. You know, I look around and I people watch. And instead of saying, oh, you know, Karen over there is going to judge me for being 300 pounds and I'm shoveling all this food back, it's more of like, wow, did you hear that little kid's laughter? Do you hear those birds chirping? Do you see those clouds coming in? Do you feel that weather? I'm having so much fun having this conversation with you. This food tastes amazing, or maybe it doesn't. And I'm just grateful that I have this experience because it was fun just trying something. Yeah, so I don't blame food anymore. I really enjoy just living life now, and this group has given me the freedom to have that amazing relationship with food, because food, it's not my problem anymore. It's more of this enjoyable experience I get to have now.
Wow, that's so huge.
Thanks.
That's what we want. That's what we want for our people, is to have this relationship with food that's freeing and just not the center of the world anymore.
No.
Like you get to focus on so many other parts in your life now because food's not this, there's the judgment that you talked about is way less.
It is.
And so with that, like for people who have tried it all, you know, like they've done every weight loss diet, they've done every program, they've done all these different things. How is this program and our coaching, would you say, different?
Okay. So I definitely have great perspective on that because I have tried a lot of stuff. So I probably, when I got out of high school about 7 years ago, was about 200 pounds, and I'm about 300 pounds now. So I, through this program, I've learned that a lot of the reason I am where I am right now is because of all the things that I've tried, going to the psychiatrist, going to a doctor, getting on medications like phentermine that suck the fat out of you and then bloat you right back up because it's too hard on your heart to take it more than 3 months. Like, that's just crazy that we did that to begin with. Crazy. But then you have like Overeaters Anonymous and therapy for 10 years and support groups and keto diet and chakras and I don't know, all these. I have tried a lot of stuff. I've tried spiritual things, the system things, therapy. I've tried all of it. But the group, it's okay. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to say this. So all of those were in my mind a band-aid, right? We're going to smack this on you. This has worked for some of our groups that we have tried it with. And what do you call those? Like test groups or something like that? Like they do test groups with these medications and these theorems that they come up with. And like, all right, so these work for them, so they must work for everybody. And they slap it on you. And this program just doesn't do that. It's not cookie cutter. It's personable. They deal with you one-on-one. The coaches are always available. The people in the group are always available. It's not about putting a band-aid on the top layer of the fact that you're overweight. It's about digging deeper and understanding, why our body looks the way it is. There's a lot of understanding that your body is this way because of everything you've been through. It's been protecting you. It's been loving you. It's been embracing you and carrying you and getting through these traumas and these hardships. And our bodies is something that we should love and accept and acknowledge that we've come through accomplishment is what I'm trying to say. And the systems that we've been using don't focus on that. They focus on how can we teach you to control. And this group teaches you how can we show you love, support, and everything that we need in our inner child and for ourselves to just heal and develop great habits. Oh, that's the thing I was trying to get to, is that there's habits. They teach you the science of everything, and then they also teach you the habits, and they slowly build on these habits over time. And you just keep practicing and reaching out for support. And then one day you just wake up and you're like, holy crap, I'm an amazing person. I love this 300-pound body. I love the dresses I'm wearing. And I'm just, full of love and passion. You're hungry to get out there and just get life fulfillment. And yeah, so take all that.
Beautiful.
That's absolutely amazing. And like the word that popped out on me is understanding.
Yes.
Right? It's like understanding why we do what we do, understanding more of our inner workings of ourselves,
Yeah.
And the more we have understanding, the more we can release, forgive, have compassion for, because what we don't understand, we fear.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that you would like to share? You've shared like, I want to join. I'm running it. I'm like, I'm in.
I love it.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of life lessons that I've learned through your guys' program and from you guys individually. I think for anybody who's like about to join, I would say that a lot of us, like I was trying to talk about earlier, we put ourselves last and we put everybody else first. This is how we show that we love them, how we take care of them. We were taught to be this way. We bend over backwards to make people happy, and we always put ourselves last. So moving forward, I would say just choose you. Just show up and choose you. If you start working on yourself and loving yourself, you will have so much more energy and resources to give other people. If you just take a step back and kind of acknowledge the energy that you have when you're trying to love and help other people, you'll start to notice that you're not just fatigued when you're by yourself, but you're fatigued at every moment in your life. And when you start choosing yourself and start working on yourself, there's so much healing that goes on that you're no longer like living under this dark cloud anymore. You're like, now you're the sunshine. You're the sunshine that's healing people and loving people and supporting people and giving these resources. And you have so much more because like you're not fighting through the pain and the misery anymore. Like you're just better. You're healed. Yeah. So choose you.
That's so good. And what great advice too, because that is definitely one of the most common things it's like that we work on too, is that self-care. And like,
Yeah.
for a lot of people that take our program, that is the first huge breakthrough they have in joining our program, is like, for once, I'm going to put myself first and I'm going to work on figuring out the root, like where this is coming from. Like you said, the Band-Aid, right? We are ripping off the Band-Aid in a gentle way, in a step-by-step process, right? And I just want to share, Brenda said, wow, Lizzie, amazing. Thanks for sharing. Donna, yes, all the games we play make us win terrible prizes with extra weight gain after we stop playing the game.
Yes, it's so true.
Jen says it's about healing, not control. Great insight, Lizzie. So I just wanted to read you a couple of those comments and just say thank you so much for hopping on with us. It's been such a joy, and just so what's the word I'm looking for? Just my heart is just so happy hearing about your transformation, and having you with us has been, you know, our program wouldn't be the same without you in it. So we just appreciate you, and we're so happy for you. And we want, if you're watching this, we want you to know that what Lizzie has right now is possible for you.
Absolutely. Definitely. It's possible for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, and everyone deserves it. Even if you don't feel
Yes.
it, you definitely deserve it.
Absolutely.
100%. I know Lizzie's like the best supporter in there. Like she offers so much to all of the members in the group, and it's powerful. And I think that is a huge part of the growth, because what you learn and then you get to share from your heart, that's healing in itself. And so amazing to see that and witness it and watch it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Lizzie. And now, are you okay if people that are watching the replay have questions? Is it okay if they reach out to you?
Oh,
personally?
yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
if you are watching the replay or you're live and you want to ask Lizzie more about her experience in the Empowered Eating Inner Circle, or about her experience working with us, please feel free to message Lizzie or us or Hannah or I, and we'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you, because it all started with a conversation, you know, a back and forth. Is this a good fit? Is this right for you? And turns out it's been pretty awesome, and we're so happy that it's been so life-giving for you. And again, we're so happy to have you.
Yeah. Thanks for giving me permission to love myself.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
You're well deserving of it.
Yes. Absolutely. All right, well, thank you, Lizzie. We'll see you soon. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye. So many amazing comments.
Yay, awesome.
Jen says it's about healing, not control. Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
So good.
So cool. Alrighty. Well, so let's get into quickly, because we do want to keep our meeting not too long, but we do want to also talk about the five early warning signs for nighttime eating, so that you know, feel free to like get your notebooks out. Let's take some notes. And let's do this.
This is like a step into how to actually heal your relationship with food. This is part of it right here, because this is a conversation that happens all the time.
Yep.
So, all right. So number 1, 5 early warning signs that you're going to binge eat is really when you are skipping meals, when you have a chaotic eating rhythm, when you are not eating enough during the day, you will overeat at night. Your body is saying, hey, did I eat? Did I not? You're trying to control my food. It's like, it feels like it's on a desert island. So eating rhythm, the times that we eat are very, very important. And if we are skipping any meals or trying to reduce our calories to a point where you are still hungry, then that is a for sure sign that you are going to binge or overeat at night. And so it's about finding that rhythm. It's about, you know, doing really what works well for you. But in this whole scheme of things, you know, follow the sun. You know, there is, when the sun rises, your metabolism increases. Feed your body. You know, when in the middle of the day, right at noon, the sun is at its peak. And guess what? Your metabolism is at its peak too. Feed your body. And again, at night, there is a little lull from 2 to 4. Your metabolism goes down. That's why we get that like a little like want to rest, you want to take a nap around that time, that's usually when we reach for a candy bar or coffee or something for a pick-me-up. Well, it's your natural rhythm of your body to rest before you rise up again between 5 and 8. Your metabolism begins to increase a little bit, and feed your body. So like keep feeding your body. And if you're feeding your body throughout the day, then in the evening, you're not going to be feeling crazy. You won't be overeating because you will be nourished through the day. Because when you think about it, if you are eating all of your calories at night because you're overeating at night, you're about to go to sleep, your body is going into rest, restore. It's probably a reason why you are skipping breakfast in the morning. It's probably why you're not feeling hungry in the morning. So just pay attention to that.
Yep. All right, number 2, if you are nighttime eating, it's something to look at. This is an early warning sign, is if your macronutrient balance is off. So kind of similar to rhythm is you need to make sure that you are eating big, full, nourishing meals, okay? We're talking about like blood sugar balance here. And macronutrients, we don't mean counting your macros. We mean, do you have carbs, protein, and fat with each meal? Like big, delicious, nourishing meals, not like a bite of a piece of toast for breakfast and like a little tiny salad or like nothing at lunch. And then all of a sudden what happens at night? Well, of course you're binge eating at night. You haven't eaten all day. You don't have that macronutrient balance. Your body's not getting those big nourishing meals. So that's something that we actually do, is we take a look at your rhythm and your macronutrient balance personally, one-on-one with you, in our Empowered Eating Inner Circle. We have a designated call for each person to get that help with their personal like daily life and their daily diet. So that is something that we will help you personally with in our program.
Yeah. And then think of, okay, so number 3, it's how are you showing up at the table? Are you a multitasker? Are you working through lunch and eating at your desk? Are you watching TV and eating? Are you pretty fast? So like in the comments, what speed do you eat? Fast, medium, or slow? Because if you are a fast eater or you are lacking that full attention on your meals, your mind and your body, so they work together. It's called mind, body, nutrition, that they work together. And if your mind is busy doing another task and you are eating, it's not going to actually remember that it ate. And so you're going to get cued for hunger again, or you're not fully going to feel satisfied. So you're going to want to eat more because you're like, wow, that was not satisfying. I'm hungry some more. So think about it. If your meals are fast and furious and you're like speeding through life, at night, when you get done with work, the kids are in bed, you finally slow down. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to rise up within you? You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I finally get to relax. And then all of a sudden your body's like, oh, I'm hungry. Let's eat. Let's actually taste our food. Let's bring it on. And so that is going to tend for our overeating. So really, who is showing up to eat? How fast are you eating? What are you doing while you eat? Are all very early signs of what is to come later on in the day.
Absolutely. It's like like you said, like Hannah was saying, it's like your body and your brain is like, hey, I didn't really get any satisfaction earlier in the day. Like I didn't get a relaxed, calm meal. You were rushing through breakfast, rushing through lunch. And then it's like, no wonder a lot of times it's not just nutritional. It could be mentally, your brain wants to have like a slow, relaxed, nourishing meal. And if you miss that because you're on your phone, watching TV, not paying attention, your brain will keep basically nagging at you to keep eating because it wants to fulfill that need of relaxation around food. Okay, which is why you keep going back for more at night. You can look at, did I have any relaxed meals earlier in the day? Okay, so that's definitely something to look out for. Like, okay, if you're like, I got good eating rhythm and macronutrient balance, why am I still overeating? Well, are you relaxed? Is your body in parasympathetic dominance, or is it in sympathetic dominance? Sympathetic meaning like fight or flight. Are you aware at your meals? And then the fourth thing is restriction. Are you willpower depleted? So this is for my people. This is for our people that are physically restricting. So that means, this doesn't just mean dieting. Okay. So like, this is so sneaky right nowadays. It's not popular to diet anymore. Like even things like Noom are like, oh yeah, we're not dieters. Okay. But any type of restriction from food is considered a diet. Okay. So if you're like watching your carbs, if you're doing keto, if you are clean eating, if you are trying not to eat too much, okay, those are all restrictions. And what happens is we have 3 different types of restrictions we talk about in our program: physical restriction, emotional restriction, and accidental restriction. Most people are doing one of those or all 3. And what happens is we have to help you figure out where you're restricting, because otherwise these behaviors, these binge eating and like nighttime eating behaviors are still going to happen. So if you've done everything above and you're still eating too much at night or overeating, it's probably because there's some type of restriction still going on. So that's something that we personally help you with. And it's harder than it sounds to figure out where the restriction is coming from.
It's sneaky. That restriction is sneaky. And this goes along with number 5, because if you're restricting, and this can be another cause, so restricting, saying, I shouldn't be eating this. This is bad. Labeling food, all of that is sending a message to your body that it's like fight or flight. And that is restriction. So if you are not actually allowing yourself to eat foods that you want to eat and giving yourself full permission, what is going to happen is you are going to binge later on, or you're going to binge on what you are trying not to eat, because you're constantly telling yourself, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. Why am I continuing to do this? Why am I continuing to do this? Oh my God, I ate the whole bag. I ate the whole box of cookies. And I told myself not to. I only wanted 1 cookie. The thing is, if you're limiting yourself, if you are denying yourself that full permission of, I am going to allow myself to have this, I'm going to allow myself to have the whole dang box. I'm going to eat the whole box. I'm going to give myself full grant to do that, and I'm well deserving of it. Then do you know what? You may eat the whole box, or you may not eat the whole box. But the thing is, giving yourself permission to eat. This is like part of the restriction that Sierra is talking about, because if we are labeling our food, if we're constantly saying, I can only have one cookie, well, are you really giving yourself permission to have that 1 cookie? Or you're telling yourself, don't have any more. This is really bad. I shouldn't be having this. Those kind of comments really set you up to binge eat. And that's where we see a lot of things that people get hung up on, or things that get that hold you back from actually finding that freedom and being able to stop eating when you are actually satisfied. It's like the rebel inside of us, it's like we want permission to do things. How often, like, Sierra, like if someone, like you're feeling some way and someone gives you permission, if you're tired and they're like, yeah, go take a nap. You're like, oh, thank you. I needed that.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need that permission from others to say it is okay, so we can go rest or do what we need to do. And I think it's sometimes very hard to do for ourselves. So this is, definitely something that we help with in the program, is to help you give this full permission to eat food, because how often are we not?
Yep. And I know it seems kind of scary to be like, I can't allow myself to eat a whole box of cookies. I'll gain weight. I'll get fat. That's so unhealthy. How could I allow myself to do that? I have to control myself somehow. Totally get it. It is scary. But here's the things. We have a lot of science in our program as well. We do a lot of feely stuff, but also we have a lot of research and certifications that are backed by a lot of science that we also guide you within the program. And there's there's this scientific concept called the habituation effect that basically talks about the more that you allow, like Hannah's talking about, the allowance of food, the more you allow food, the less pull it has over you. So meaning, you know what, you might eat that whole dang box of cookies that first time. Guess what? Do you think you're going to want to eat the whole box of cookies the next day? Probably not. So what happens is the more that you start practicing allowance with food and making peace with food, the easier it gets for your body to be like, oh, she's not restricting us. We don't need to tell her to keep craving cookies. Let's just turn that off. Let's just turn that off.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Your cravings for cookies and sweets and sugar and all this stuff naturally go down by allowing yourself to actually eat them. I know it's like, what? But it's true. This is how this works. And we walk you through this process. Okay. We have like entire modules and training videos to walk you through this process so that you can be that person at the party that's like, no, I don't really want a cupcake. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I never thought I would be that person.
No.
But it has happened.
Oh yeah. Now, sometimes I just totally eat the cupcake and it's delicious and whatever, I move on with my life. But there are so many times where I'm like, yeah, I'm good. What if that could be you? What if you could have a whole cake in your house? What if you could have a whole package of Oreos in your house and just be like, nah, I don't want any tonight. That is possible with our process. Okay. It's totally possible.
You don't have to clean out pantries.
No.
Or shun yourself from having things in your house. It takes practice, but it can be done. Absolutely.
And Brenda says, sometimes I don't realize I'm restricting until I find myself binging again. That's really good awareness, Brenda, because if you are binge eating or overeating, it's not a matter of if you're restricting, it's how and where you're restricting. So it's really good awareness to have.
Yeah. And this is how we help people. You know, this is what we do in this group. If you're new or if you've been with us, is like, you know that we're here to help you rewire, decode, release the stress around food where you can find freedom and find your life back. Like Lizzie, she really walked us through a beautiful transformation, and we help you stop feeling crazy around food and begin to develop that better relationship with food. And it's like, we're always choosing. Everything that we do is a choice. And so this is why we do what we do, because we chose in for ourselves, and we would love for you to do the same thing for you, to choose yourself, to choose to take care of yourself. And this is why we love eating psychology, because it's more than just about the food. And we all know it. A lot of people always talk, I know it's not the food, but we don't know how to get past that, right? We still don't know how to get past it. And we're still trying to solve our problem with food. Yeah, food is part of the picture. But we as humans, as our different physical and emotional and spiritual and mental bodies, are also showing up that need to be worked on as well. So if this was helpful for you tonight, drop a yes. We would love to hear, give some, maybe like a takeaway that you took off, even from Lizzie's talk. Like, what did you take away from that? Or what did you take away from what me and Sierra taught?
Awesome. Yeah. So just say, yes, this was helpful. And yeah, we want to help you stop feeling crazy around food. We want to help you stop the nighttime eating and the nighttime binge eating and that crazy cycle. Oh my God. I remember it was like every night. It was this battle. It was like, I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm not going to eat it. I'm full. Like, I would be physically really, really, really full. And I would still like have to go like eat a huge bowl of ice cream and like candy. It's like I couldn't control it. I remember that like it was yesterday. And you know, I remember that for me personally, that was like it was a constant fight with food. I was constantly worried about gaining weight. I was constantly scared. And we take clients through that process of like how to look at food differently so that you have the power back, so that like you can say, nah, I'm good. And there's not this weird control, like, oh, I gotta hide what I'm eating and like I can't eat too much. Like, that's just gone. What would that be like? What would that be like for you? Or that feeling could just be gone. How many of you want to solve this problem once and for all and finally have your own freedom and peace and self-control back? How many of you are ready to end the fight with food and just eat normal and feel good and be healthy naturally? Like you just want to eat salads. Wouldn't that be amazing? Just comment below yes if you're like, I'm freaking ready for that.
Yes, always want to eat salads or cupcakes or whatever. Donna says, I'm through module 3 and I've learned so much. I mean,
Go Donna.
People learn a lot in module 1 and 2, and it's just pretty amazing. So we're just going to spend a few minutes talking about what we do, who we are, and what we have. An extended invitation for you to work with us directly. And we have a special announcement tomorrow. So we're really going to like not really touch too much on it tonight, but tomorrow look out for a post in the group that we are going to announce what we're actually talking about. So we're coaches and we support people to feel empowered around food. How would that feel like? Like Sierra says, like, how would that feel like to want to crave salads or be able to have food in the pantry without like eating it all? It's important. This is something like if you struggle with binge eating, stress eating, or emotional eating, or you use food to numb yourself out and sneaking chocolate in the pantry. I know Sierra likes to do that. And not knowing how to handle your emotions and you just feel like crap. How many nights are you going to go? How many days are you going to go by living that same cycle over and over again? It's like this constant noise outside of us. And, you know, you really want to have that peace. I hear that a lot. I want to have peace with food. Yes, that's how we thrive, is by having peace about something. If you're bumping up against something and you're bumping up that problem and you don't know how to work on it, it's a message. It's time. It is time to start looking deeper and start really working on it, because life is too short to be putting it off. And again, like this is what we do. We help you create that peace, to trust your body. And we actually have a system that helps you go through this to solve emotional eating, binge eating, and stress eating, because those are the biggest things that hold people back of really eating healthy, taking care of themselves. And we help you create that space. And, you know, we have this mythology that's really we've perfected. I don't even want to use the word perfected, but it has gotten really good. It's gotten really good. And we have a system in place that we've worked on. 2020 was the year that we were like, we've got this down. And we want you to go through that process with us and be supported by us and everyone everybody in the group.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. Again, we specialize in this. We help people specialize, decoding emotional eating. And we have a framework in place for people to like really work on their eating and have a life that inspires them and lights them up. Because if you've noticed, this whole eating thing doesn't just affect your eating. It affects your health. It affects your relationships. It affects your job. There's I want you to think about right now where this whole emotional eating thing is showing up for you. Is it just its own little bubble? No, it's like having a big glass bowl of water and then dropping in some red dye. That little drop doesn't just stay there. It spreads out. And when your relationship with food, you're struggling with it and you're binge eating at night and you're just constantly thinking about food, it's not just this one little area of your life. It's impacting everywhere, whether you recognize it or not. And that's why we call this a transformational program, is because people get so much more out of it than just I'm eating healthier, right? Like there's so much more that goes into it, because there's so much of our life has been tied up in food and our bodies. For most of us, some of us, it's our entire life has been about trying to lose weight. And that's why it's such a huge shift. because, again, we plug you into this methodology to help you with not just your emotional eating, but there's so much more so that you can regain confidence in your life. And we teach you this framework step by step. And it's time to solve this once and for all.
Yeah. So if you're watching this and you like our help and our supporting and our support and our coaching, then we would love to teach you all of this. We want to share this with as many people as we can. And we're not going to get in the details tonight, but we are going to give you a little sneak of what it's like, since you're on the call tonight, a little sneak of what it's like to work with us. So we would love to offer you a free call, a free chat with us, a 15-minute, no sales, just simple chat to really get to know me and Sierra, and we get to know you and see where your hangups are and what's holding you back from having the relationship that you want with food. And so if that is you and you're like, oh my gosh, this is too good, I do want it. I want a better relationship with food. I want to find peace. I want to know how to solve this. Then type free in the comments and me or Sierra reach out to you and we'll start that conversation. Get a sneak peek into what this program's like and what it's like to work with us. I think that is most valuable. Sometimes it's like we just have to talk to somebody, really get it out in the open. And so you can take a look at what's happening for you. And so this is just a 15-minute game plan call. So type in free. This is not a sales call whatsoever. We just want to provide you value so you can find out if we can actually help you. Then if we can talk about what's included and how the whole program works. Just write the word free and we will reach out to see if we can support you and help you with emotional eating.
Yay. So again, thank you so much for those of you that are watching live. And if you're watching the replay, thank you guys. Thank you, Jen and Donna and Brenda and Cindy. And especially thank you, Katie. I saw you were watching, and Kimberly. And thank you again, Lizzie, for just being with us earlier today. You made such a big difference and we love you and we're so glad you're part of our program. And if you're looking for that kind of community and support where there's so much love and like healing and being able to really have support and you're not alone, definitely schedule a call with us. And again, no sales. We just want to talk, just want to see how we can help you, if we can help you. And again, like, our framework is groundbreaking in our industry. And if you choose to do this framework, we're some of the best and we're helping hundreds of people. So comment below free and we'll hop on a call and look for our big announcement tomorrow morning. We're super excited and can't wait to see you guys.
Yeah, have a great night.
Bye.